If you've got a garden, a few acres, or a small farm, you don't always need the biggest tractor on the block. What you need is a small machine that's tough, turns tight, and hooks up to implements without a struggle. Today, we're counting down 10 small tractors for gardening that farmers truly love. And stick with me, because each one gets more capable, more practical, and more right for the land, especially our number 1. Number 10, the Allis-Chalmers CA. If your garden rows are tight and the lane behind the barn is narrow, the CA feels like it was built for that exact job. It's compact, easy to steer, and it turns where bigger tractors just feel clumsy. For a garden tractor, that right size matters more than extra horsepower you'll never really use. What farmers love most is how simple it is. No fuss, no mystery. You can hear the engine, feel the idle, and most days you can tell what it needs without guessing. For a lot of folks, especially the 55-plus crowd, that's peace of mind. This is the kind of tractor that just runs, and you don't need a laptop to keep it running. Now picture an early morning, coffee sitting on a fence post, dew still on the grass, and the CA warming up with that familiar mechanical sound. It's a steady partner for light work, pulling a small disc or a cultivator, towing a little trailer, or cutting grass with a mower that fits the machine. It doesn't brag with brute strength. It earns trust with calm, consistent work. If you're buying one today, check the practical stuff. Look for oil leaks, loose steering, brakes that feel solid, and wiring that hasn't been patched one too many times. Also check the hitch and any implements that come with it. Good matches save you time and save you frustration. A well-cared-for CA can serve a home place for years, and there's still a strong community out there for parts and for advice. So keep watching, because number 9 is a tractor many farmers choose for one simple reason. It's so easygoing and so fun to own. They never want to let it go. Number 9, the Farmall Cub. The Cub is famous for one simple reason. It's friendly. It's small, light, and easy to understand. If you're new to garden tractors, or if you've spent your life doing things by hand, you can climb on a Cub and feel comfortable right away. Nothing about it tries to intimidate you. One of the best parts is the visibility. In a garden, you need to see the soil and the plants, not just the hood of a big machine. The Cub lets you work close to the ground, line up your rows, and place your wheels exactly where you want them. It feels like you're guiding a tool, not wrestling a beast. And for light work, this tractor is right in its sweet spot. It can pull small garden implements, tow a little wagon, haul supplies, and keep the area around the barn cleaned up. A lot of families keep a Cub for decades because there's always some job for it. Moving mulch, dragging a small harrow, carrying firewood, or simply keeping the place looking cared for. The Cub also has that rare mix of collectible and useful. It brings back memories, but it can still earn its keep today. If you're shopping for one, listen for a smooth idle and an even rhythm. Watch the exhaust, too. Clean running and no strange smoke is a good sign. Then check the practical items. Steering play, brakes, wiring that looks hacked together, and any signs of hard neglect. A well-kept Cub feels honest, like it wants to work. Now stay with me, because number 8 gives you that same garden-friendly feel, with a stronger, more solid presence for small field work. Number 8, the Farmall Super A. The Super A is still a small tractor, but it carries itself with a little more weight and a little more confidence than the Cub. For a lot of farmers, that balance is the whole point. It's compact enough to work around trees, fences, and tight corners, but strong enough to pull a bit more when the job asks for it. This is a tractor people remember for practical garden work. It handles row work well, it tends crops, and it pulls the tools you actually use on a small place. Think cultivating, light tillage, pulling a small trailer, and keeping your rows clean. It stays flexible without feeling weak. And when you're working alone, that matters, because you don't need a tractor that feels fast. You need one that helps the day go smoothly, one steady pass at a time. Then there's the classic feel, the sound, the vibration, the way the throttle responds. For an older audience, that sit down and remember feeling is real. You can picture a warm afternoon, the engine humming steady, and the work getting done without any drama. Not rushed, not noisy for no reason. Just honest machinery doing honest work. If you're buying a Super A today, focus on the basics that matter. Check the steering for tightness. Make sure it tracks straight. Look for leaks, especially around the engine and the hydraulics. Then test it at low speed and under a light load if you can. A good one should run smooth and steady. No surging, no stumbling, no sudden loss of power. The best tractors don't feel quick. They feel dependable. And keep watching, because number 7 is the one that makes people say, now that is a small tractor you can trust, like a hammer. Number 7, the Ford 2000. This is the kind of small tractor farmers like, because it can do a little bit of everything. Pull, mow, clean up, haul supplies. One machine that handles the everyday jobs, without making you switch equipment all afternoon. On a small farm, or just a few acres, that kind of versatility is worth more than fancy features. The Ford 2000 is compact, but it has real working strength. Garden work is usually slow and steady. You need pulling power at low speed, not speed on the road. And that's where this tractor feels right. It has a solid, sure-footed feel, like it was built to stay busy. When you ease into a row or back up to a trailer, it doesn't feel flimsy. It feels like a tool you can trust. Another reason people keep them is how well they pair with implements. Garden work changes fast. 1 hour you're moving compost, the next you're mowing, then you're hauling fence posts. A tractor that hooks up smoothly and works well with different attachments can turn a long day into a productive day. When a machine gets along with your tools, you get more done in one morning, and you don't go home worn out. With an older tractor, the strongest sign of quality is stability. It should feel calm, predictable, and consistent. So keep watching, because number 6 is for folks who want that classic American look, a sturdy stance, and a little more work weight than a simple garden tractor. Number 6, the International Harvester 454. The first thing you notice is the utility stance. This tractor looks like it was built to work, not to sit pretty. For a lot of farmers, especially the 55-plus crowd, that's the kind of honest steel you trust. It has a practical shape, a steady posture, and the feeling that it was made for long days and repeat jobs. And that's exactly where the 454 shines. Everyday chores, pulling a small trailer, mowing larger stretches of grass, cleaning up around the property, or doing light tillage. These are the tasks that show up again and again. The 454 isn't about one big heroic job. It's about being there every week, starting up, and doing what needs to be done without drama. What people also like is the way it feels in motion. It's solid. If you've ever driven a tractor that felt light and bouncy, you know how tiring that can be. The 454 feels more planted, less sway, less float, on rough garden ground, uneven lanes, or around a barnyard that's seen 100 seasons. Stability is worth its weight. A steady tractor lets you relax your shoulders and focus on the work, not on fighting the machine. The best compliment you can give a tractor like this is simple. It can work all day without wearing you out. And keep watching, because number 5 has more personality. It's the kind of tractor where one sound from the engine, and you know exactly what it is. Number 5, the JI Case 430. There's a certain case feeling you can't fake. The engine note has its own character, and the whole tractor feels mechanical in the best way. Direct, solid, and honest. For people who grew up around older equipment, that matters. You don't just drive it. You feel the machine working with you, one lever and one sound at a time. For gardening, the Case 430 earns respect where it counts. Low-speed torque. Garden work is not about racing. It's about steady pulling, slow passes, and consistent control. Whether you're dragging a light disc, pulling a small cultivator, or moving loads around the property, the 430 is often remembered as a tractor that will just keep pulling. No show, no drama. It's the kind of power that feels calm. It's also a good match for small and mid-sized ground, because it doesn't need a wide footprint to be useful. In a garden or around trees, the real advantage is rhythm. How quickly you can turn, back up, and line up for the next pass. The 430 fits that rhythm. It lets you work close to fences, around sheds, and between rows, without feeling like you're steering a ship through a canal. With an older tractor, age is not the enemy. Neglect is. A cared-for case will feel steady, responsive, and ready to work. And keep watching, because number 4 is a classic John Deere from an earlier era. It's small, easy to handle, and it's the kind of tractor many folks still love to climb onto. Number 4, the John Deere 40. With the Deere 40, it only takes one look, that shape, and that classic green and yellow, to pull a memory forward. For a lot of folks, this is the kind of machine that feels like Dad's farm, or the neighbor's place, or the first tractor you ever heard running. On a cool morning, what makes it special for gardening is how compact and calm it feels in tight spaces, around the barn, between sheds, or along a line of trees. You don't want to feel tense every time you turn the wheel. The Deere 40 fits those narrower areas, without making you worry about bumping posts or scraping corners. It's the kind of size that lets you work close and careful, which is exactly what gardens demand. Another reason folks still like these older Deeres is the plain, understandable mechanics. You can look at it and see what's going on. You can listen to the engine and tell if it's happy or not. For an older audience, that matters. There's comfort in a tractor that doesn't hide its problems. It's straightforward, and in many cases, it can be fixed with basic tools and common sense. No special computers, no complicated guessing games. If you're buying a Deere 40 today, pay attention to starting and the electrical side. A good Deere from this era should feel smooth, predictable, and settled, and when it runs right, it gives you that feeling of a tractor worth keeping, because it's not just useful, it's familiar. And keep watching, because number 3 is a later John Deere that many farmers choose for one big reason. It's practical, capable, and it fits modern garden work even better. Number 3, the John Deere 750. This is one of those tractors that just fits garden life. It's small enough to turn around trees, slip through narrow lanes, and work close to fences without making you nervous. But it's also strong enough to handle real implements on a small property. The 750 matches modern needs, too, because gardening today is rarely one job. It's mowing the grass, pulling a small disc or harrow, cleaning up a driveway, hauling compost, moving firewood, dragging a trailer. You don't need a huge machine for that. You need the right power, the right size, and the flexibility to switch tasks without losing half the day. And that's exactly what the Deere 750 was built for. Steady, useful work. What really wins people over is reliability when you actually use it. If you garden year-round, you know the truth. The best tractor is the one that starts when you finally have time to work. Maybe it's a Saturday morning. Maybe it's after dinner, when you've got one good hour of daylight left. The 750 has a reputation for being the kind of tractor that doesn't argue. It idles smooth, it runs steady, and it's not overly picky, especially when it's been cared for. And if you're shopping for one today, here's the key. Care matters more than looks. Sure, nice paint is pleasant, but maintenance history is gold. So look for signs of regular service, smooth operation, strong hydraulics. With older tractors, a well-documented, well-maintained machine is often a better buy than a shiny one with an unknown past. And keep watching, because number 2 is a true garden legend. It's the kind of tractor many older Americans mention with a smile, like they're talking about an old friend. Number 2, the Massey Ferguson 35. The MF35 is loved for a simple reason. It's steady. It doesn't try to impress you with flashy ideas. It just shows up and works. It's the kind of tractor that makes you believe it will start today, do the job, and be ready again next weekend. For small farms and gardens, that kind of trust is everything. It also hits a real sweet spot in size and power. In the garden, you want something compact, easy to move, easy to turn in tight corners, and comfortable working close to buildings and trees. But you still need enough pulling strength to handle a mower, a small disc, a blade, or a loaded trailer. The MF35 often lands right in that just right zone, big enough to feel capable, small enough to feel manageable. And this is a tractor with stories. A lot of families pass them down. A lot of people remember the sound of one warming up near the barn, the smell of fresh soil, and that slow, steady pace of work. You can almost picture it. A cool fall morning, leaves on the ground, and the MF-35 idling at the edge of the yard, while you decide what to tackle first. For an older audience, that memory isn't extra. It's part of why these machines still matter. If you're shopping for an MF-35 today, do the basics, the farmer way. Try it under a light pull, if possible. Test the brakes, and make sure it stops straight. Feel the steering. Tight is good. Sloppy gets tiring. A good tractor gives you confidence in the first 5 minutes. It feels calm, predictable, and ready to work. And now we're down to number 1. The compact tractor many farmers consider the best one to keep for garden duty. Number 1. The Oliver 550. For a small garden, a few acres, or a home place that always needs something done, the Oliver 550 is one of those rare tractors that feels complete. It's compact enough to work around trees, sheds, and tight corners. But when you sit in the seat, it still feels like a real working tractor. Not a toy, not a light-duty compromise. A proper machine with real purpose. What makes the 550 so easy to love is the mechanical feel. The sound has character. The vibration feels honest. And the throttle response has that old-school, connected feeling, like your foot is talking directly to the engine. For an older audience, that's more than nostalgia. It's comfort. It's the kind of tractor that makes you want to get up early, warm it up slow, and spend the morning doing work the right way. And it fits so many garden jobs. Hauling a small trailer, moving soil or mulch, mowing, pulling light tillage tools, cleaning up the yard, tending rows, working around an orchard. This is where a steady, well-sized tractor shines. The Oliver 550 doesn't need to be the biggest. It just needs to be dependable and easy to live with. When a tractor starts reliably, runs smooth, and does what you ask without complaints, you use it more often. And using it more often is what makes a small property run better. And here's the twist. If you're choosing a small tractor for gardening, the most important question is not, which model is famous? The real questions are these. What do you need to pull? What kind of soil are you on? And how comfortable are you doing basic repairs? That's what we'll cover in the closing, so you can pick the right tractor for your land, not just the right name. And there you have it, 10 small tractors that farmers love for garden work. From light, home-place machines to utility tractors that can put in a serious day. If you ask me for one rule when buying an older tractor for gardening, it's this. Don't buy with your eyes first. Buy with the sound of the engine, how smooth it feels at low speed, and how steady the hydraulics lift and hold your implements. Now it's your turn. Have you driven any of these tractors? Or is there a small tractor you trust most on your own land? Leave a comment below. I read every one, and I'd love to hear your story.